right, I have several of these, and they were given to me by banks. This one is from an investment company I used to be with years ago. They're letter openers. If you can find one, they're usually free. They're a handy thing to have because they're a great way to cut paper. Fold the paper, this is 300 pound, right where you want to cut it. Put it in here, get it started, and then just pull. Recycling paper there. The little curve up on the end is easily ironed out. How many of you iron your paintings? I do. If you iron on the back side of a paper with the back side of your painting face down on your ironing board, steam setting on cotton, which after all the paper is made out of, it does a beautiful job of ironing out any warps in it. That's especially, a problem if you're using 140 pound paper instead of 300. Okay, I would like to now show you something you've heard about, but you may never have seen before. How many times have you heard you should use artist grade paint? You should use artist grade instead of student grade, and they tell you why. And you say, that's nice, okay, I'll do that. And you still have the student grade and you're still using them. Well, let's see what the difference might be. Both of these are alizarin crimson. This one here on the right is Holbein. This one here is Grumbacher, which is a student grade. Let's see what we can get with it. I'm going to try to go as close as I can to mass tone. But just look at the color on the palette. Pretty color. I'm not sure how much of a dark you could get if you mixed it with a green. Now here's the Holbein. Tell me which one you think has more pigment in it. Makes a big difference, especially if you're trying to get a rich, deep color. Let's take a little green. Take a little more green and mix in this. Well, not quite getting to black, is it? Bit of a difference in color, isn't there? Cleanup. You're ready to go home. That workshop is over. Nice. One thing you need to do is every time, I didn't open that one, every time you've used a paint tube for the day, open it up and wipe it down before you put it away. Wipe the threads like this, even if you might take a little damp towel to it. Clean off the threads. If there's a pile in here, clean that out in the lid. This will keep your paint cap screwed on more tightly, and will help prevent the paints from drying up in the tube, especially the coarser paints or the dirt paints. And every so often, dig out a toothbrush, take all your paints over the water, take the caps off, scrub the threads down underwater, clean out the caps, dry them off and put them away. It'll make your paints last a lot longer. Now you still have all those brushes to clean up. With watercolor, it's usually not too much of a problem, a good swash around in clean water. But occasionally, if you're using something else, the brush might get a little stiff. And I have found that the best brush cleaner I have used so far, and I've bought 3 or 4 different brands, is Murphy's Oil Soap. It also works on the cabinets too, when I get around to them. Take the a small container like this, stick your paint in it and pour in just enough to bring the soap up to the bottom of the ferrule. Now, I've not tried it on dried up liquid acrylics, but I have tried it on my brush that I use for varnishing the aqua board. And it's gotten kind of stiff and still had old varnish in it. And you had to beat it a little bit to get it, soft enough. Well, I soaked it in it for about half an hour in the Murphy soap. Came out beautiful.